let's talk about the match first. Definitely a tale of two halves. What did you see? What happened in the dressing room at halftime?
Yeah, we changed a little bit the tactics. So we were trying to change the tactics during the first half because, the we weren't able to put pressure, today with the two strikers. So our 3-5-2 was a little bit exposed on the side because if you don't put pressure, they can play behind you very easily, and you have to defend a lot in your half. So we wanted to keep our 3-5-2 when we had the ball, but shifting in a 4-2-3-1 when we didn't have the ball, and having Sam dropping as a left back and Alessandro going wide when he came on, and so having Alessandro and Raposo. Then at the end were Fafa and Nadir. I would say more aggressive and having three guys up top basically when you were pressing and keeping the fullback instead of the back three defensively because we weren't able to do that pressure, and the second half was much better. And you know, I asked the guys to stay in the game because that was the most important thing. Because every time that he had the ball, even in the first half that we didn't play well, every time we felt that we could have scored every time. We played the ball in behind, and we could have done something. And in fact, we create more chances. Matias has had a couple of chances with the header, and then we scored a beautiful goal. I would say classic Whitecaps goal with a combination on the side, and then Brian attacking the first post. So yeah, I think it was a massive point against a very good team. In my opinion, they are with the Galaxy the team that plays better in the Western Conference, and so. In the two games that we played, I think we deserved to win it at home. We lost because of all the thing that we said last time and the penalty and everything. And here we get a deserved tie in a place where a lot of teams don't win and lose. So yeah, we kept them behind. We have one game in hand. So yeah, there's a lot of things to be happy tonight.
Before we started, Nathan rattled off a lot about stats there, a lot of records that are either broken, being tied. I wanted to talk about the point total for away games.
Yeah.
That's not an easy thing to break. What does that mean to you, and what does that mean to the club?
Well, it means to me a very simple thing that we are a good team, and we are more than a good team, a good group. That because when you are away, there's a lot of times that you're not in charge of the game, like it happened today in the first half when they were better than us, and you need to really, really grind and be together and really believe in what you do, really continue to apply the principle and everything, because if you don't do it, the distance become bigger. You go individually, and individually you always lose in this game. We always need to play collectively and what the team wants. So I think that says a lot about the character and the conviction that the team has on the way of playing, because that's the only way to get away and make points, especially in this league where, especially for us, that we are the farthest team from everywhere. And it's really hard to make a lot of points away.
I know someone else is going to ask you about the goal when you talk about that, so I'm going to switch gears and I want to ask you about Ranko Veselinovic.
Yeah.
Thought he was one of the best guys on the pitch. What he offered you, especially in the first half, to help keep you in the game, to allow you to play back into it. What did you make of his? What do you make about him just consistently as that
So
consistent cop that does his job?
yeah, Ranko is one of the, like in the locker room, they all joke me because I have some sons, and Ranko is one of my sons. So that's it's, I'm really proud of his growth in tactically. He's always been a good defender, but for me, he was always too much, I would say, instinctive and not believing in what he has to do tactically, and he has to do. And in the last 2 years, he became a master on playing that position in our zonal defense system. And today he showed himself that when he's in the right position, it's really hard for everyone to win the 1v1 against him. And he made two great interventions, one on the first half, but also the one on the second half against Ponce, that he could have scored the second goal, and he did a fantastic tackle. And it's those are the things those are the little brick that then make the house, that it make us time, because everyone says can see the pass of Goldie, the assist of Fafa, the goal of Brian. But if there's no work before from everyone else, it's hard to score goals. So I'm really good that he did a fantastic performance. Really well, really happy. Sorry, not good. Yeah.
Quick note on
Thank you,
Nathan.
Nathan.
His 157th appearance for the club, which is now equal to Christian Kopi for fourth most in the MLS area. Over to you, Joshua.
Hi, Vanni. Yeah, Nathan's giving me the platform to ask about the goal, but how does it feel just to have Brian White back on the pitch, even just as a substitute?
Yeah, that's how I feel. He played after 10 minutes. He scored. That's how we feel, and the presence in the box what was missing, to be honest. And if you play dominant game like we played in Austin and last game against San Jose, you can even play with two guys that are not classic number 9 because the ball is that much in that final third. Then sooner or later someone is going to arrive there. If you don't play a dominant game, you need a number 9 who occupies the box and you can attack those spaces. And Brian came on and he did it fantastically. So I'm really happy.
And what does this say about the quality and the character of your team to make the adjustments in the second half and get a big point down there, which is not an easy place to play and win?
Yeah, the adjustment means that we have a very good coach that make the right adjustment. No, but jokes aside, it says that we have a fantastic group, and we're really I would say ready to go and to play at big stage, to play important games because. Yeah, guys, we have not to. Probably the next one at the Galaxy is going to be hard because we have the game and we have to think also about a little bit of the Canadian Championship, to be honest. But then after that, every game is a playoff game, and so yeah, we need to be starting to be ready to do so.
Thanks, Vanni. Hope you get a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah, I will for sure.
Thank you, Joshua. Over to Felipe, please.
Hey Vanni, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what this result sort of means, especially in the run that you guys have in the next couple of weeks. Like you mentioned, the trip to LA, the Canadian Championship, then Portland. You often talk about a point can matter so much more at the end of the season. Do you foresee that being the same sort of thing with this point, especially given the tough schedule you're going to have?
Yeah. First of all, what do you have as a desktop for your Zoom thing? Is the bean in Chicago? Yeah, it looks like. But
Is it Chicago?
yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that's the reason why we love each other, Felipe, because I love Chicago. I met very very important people of my life, friends and people that even people from Texas, from here, that's that are so really. By the way, just it's I wanted to tell it's very important. This point it's critically important for us for a bunch of reasons. First of all, these are games that count double because when you are like a point up, a point down, and against a team like the Dynamo that would have passed us if they beat us, would have been a problem. The second thing is that we were away, so massive. The third thing is allow us to have that confidence that we are not winning only the games where we are clearly dominating and clearly the best team. We are getting points even in games where it's a 50-50, gotta be honest, 55-45 for the Dynamo today, but we were so into the game, so tied together, so willing to do the work that we get a point. For me, it's very similar to the point that we got in Seattle, if you remember when we did 1-1 at the end with the penalty, and it's kind of the same game in my opinion. And those are points that when you sum at the end, there can be the difference between top 4 or 7th, or maybe out of the playoff and playing the play-in.
And then I wanted to talk about Fafa's performance tonight. You had a lot of players that put in great shifts.
Yeah.
Fafa was another one, attacking-wise, but also defensively, making a lot of important,
Yeah, it wasn't the most, I would say, I don't know what to say. he was putting the work even in a chaotic way defensively. So that's but we need to do that. He did fantastically, to be honest. And of course, he had an extra motivation. He played here. He did very well here in Houston. I think he had like, I don't know, 150 people in the stadium just for him, and that was beautiful to see him having another assist for the team, and putting the shift that he put. I actually thought when he won that ball and he started running, say now he makes like something crazy. He's gonna score and we win, but unfortunately he didn't. But I'm really pleased with his performance, and he's becoming one of the leader of the team, to be honest.
And then lastly for me, as somebody that loves to watch how your team kind of changes shapes in games and tactically moves, this one was one full of that.
Yeah.
It was like a chess match at times, the amount of different formations and shapes that your team had to go through. What did you make of the kind of tactical battle that you had to contend with facing this Houston team?
Yeah, it's again, this is something that 5 years ago Vanni would never have done, because he would never say hey, our game plan is not working, we need to change and do something different. And we need to be so convinced in our principle that we never change the principle. Of course, we kept working zonally, we kept working, but we could see that it wasn't working, and we had to change something. And so we changed the shape defensively, and getting to a back four. And again, we are so strong in our principle that it's easier when you make a change and you put Matthias defending as a left back, that he never did it before, because it's just the same job that he does sometimes when he's inside with the same reference. Just the starting position is different. It doesn't mean that it's easy, but it's easier to adapt if you have a clear principle in behind. So I also have to say that I have players that really follow everything that we say to the team, players that they really sacrifice themselves for the team. So it's also easy for me. So it's and we show today too, after 45 minutes you lose. We change Pedro and Andres, that are key players and then we play. It seems that we didn't make those changes because we play very well in the second half. So it gives me a lot of confidence, because of course now the turnaround for Los Angeles is very short, and this game it counts like a game and a half in terms of demands before they eat and everything, because we'll make several changes, I think, in the lineup for Saturday, to have a lineup that can be intense against the Galaxy.
Sounds good. All right, thank you so much, Vanni.
Thank you.
Safe flight to Los Angeles.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the vehicle finish, Charles.
Vanni, this is Charles Bone from MLS Soccer. I wanted to ask about the management of Stuart Armstrong and what went into that planning there.
So it was planned that Stu wasn't going to come here because, of course, he arrived 2 weeks ago, and 3 weeks maybe now, and of course he's getting into the condition. The idea was to having him training with 2 hard training yesterday and today, and he will fly tomorrow to LA, so he can give a bigger contribution to LA. We saw immediately in the first 2 games and in the first training session that Stuart can be a key player for us, for his quality in the build-up, for his quality in the final third, and so we want to enhance as fast as possible his I would say reaching of a condition that can give us more minutes, and I think that it was the best way, because in this way I think it's going to be clear to play more minutes against the Galaxy. I don't know yet if he can maybe start, because if he has 45 minutes or not, but he will feature Saturday in LA.
How do you think you approach that match? Do you go toe-to-toe with the Galaxy? It's maybe a little extra attention on this one.
I think we need to. So I think that the Galaxy, we need to be pressing in a way that is intelligent, because if we go if we put being relentless ahead of being organized with the fast player that they have, they can break your pressing and play on the side and kills you. So I think we need to be willing to play a game where they have more possession than us, but not defending in our final third, because the quality that they have, you've seen even LAFC last week, the quality that they have, if you just defend and counter, I think it's not enough. We need to be, the key for me is to try to have the ball as much as we can, so we're going to do something that they hate, so they don't have the possession, and maybe, you know, sneak a victory. That would be fantastic. But tonight, I hope that they beat Portland, because Portland is number 8. They stay behind.
Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.